Got a game between myself and Strat Game. Vampire Coast versus the Beastmen. With the Thrones of Decay, a lot of cans were getting updates. Wanted to try the Vampire Coast Carinade out. See if it's got a little bit of spunk. So we've Count Noctilus with just Melkoths and then his heal, Wraithstorm, and his bound summon, but not the Winds of Magic summon. One Carinade, some bombers, a bunch of handguns, 2 dogs, 2 animated hulks, 2 depth guard, and some Paradec Hands mobs. On the other side, not vampires. These are beastmen, not vampires at all. Beastmen have a bunch of centaurs with throwing axes, harpies, basic centaurs, then a bunch of Zongors, Ungor Spearman herds, Ungor raiders, a Wilds caster with Traderkin, and Morgir with both of his Chaos Spawn summons. Cannon is currently trying to fire over at the Beastmen, but they kind of approached on this low ground, so it was hard for them to see, and now they're coming through the woods. So the cannon's not having a great time so far, firing a bit over the heads of those centaurs, which is also a bit concerning. But our guns are getting a couple shots off on the harpies, so for now we're doing decent damage. Depth guard are plowing straight into the Zongors and trying to get onto those archers. We have animated hulks and dogs trying to peel off centaurs, keep my handguns relatively safe from those guys. Noctilus has started getting some snipes in on the Brave Shaman of Wild, and Brave Shaman of Wild might be overextended here against all these depth guards, and Noctilus is going to try and run up and punish him while my bombers attempt to kill his Zongors, but a nice Chaos Spawn summon right on top of him does thwart my plans as dogs peel off more centaurs, and handgun mobs try and save themselves as these centaurs are bouncing back and forth and back and forth. The Carinade is still trying to fire over into these clumped up centaurs. Still really bad. Vampire Coast cannons are still really bad. They miss an awful lot. I don't know why they aim so high, but they really do. Noctilus in the depth guard trying to kill off that Brave Shaman of the Wild before he can get any meaningful magic cast. We do have some bombers currently under attack by those harpies. But these aren't bombers, it's cannons. They just have that new... The new cannon icon looks to me kind of like a bomb being lobbed. We've peeled this right side pretty good. The left side is still a little contentious, but we're doing okay. Cannon's getting killed off, but no one will miss them. They not done much for me. Beastman caster is dead. Beastman archers are mostly all routing off. I think one of my dogs is dead. Oh, it's dying over there fighting an almost dead centaur, but the centaur managed to turn around and get it killed. The other dogs over here are going to try and chase off some throwing axes. Could use the dogs in the back line to take out the enemy archers. That would probably be nice if I can manage it. Harpies are going to get gunned down by handgun mobs who are just trying to stay alive, but the harpies do get a good dive in, giving them nice leadership buffs they desperately needed. This handgun's getting ground down by Ungor spear herds. And now centaurs are probably going to come over and help out the harpies finish off this handgunner. Well, I get a huge Wraithstorm on those Zongors. Holy crap, that was a lot of damage. The depth guard rear charge is enough to get rid of those guys for good, but they did their job. My handguns are dead. Dead, 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 dead. More depth guard approaching. As Zongors run downhill to get between their archers and danger, they'll meet the depth guard in head-to-head combat. Depth guard will probably win that. The Ungor raiders are going to provide a lot of support. And there's 3 archers out there to my 1 depth guard. Things getting a little shaky. Dogs did manage to rout off the centaur throwing axes, and now they get a rear charge on the Ungor Spearman herds, also routing them, just kind of going across the battlefield and sweeping up problems. My other depth guard and these healthy pole arms are currently figuring out what to do, as the beastmen have killed everything on that side of the battlefield for me. This is my last real pocket of strength. Dogs moving away from their last kill. They are trying to get over to the archers before the centaurs can loop out here and stop them. But it would be good to get all 3 of those archers off the battlefield. Centaurs sprinting across country. Very, very fast units with 92 speed. We'll see how quickly the dogs are able to get anything done. As the depth guard did shatter off the Zongors, but they took a lot of damage doing so. And they're done chasing archers. They're just going to go for some Zongors. They know they can't really catch the archers and time is running out for them. Dogs are in. Rear charge onto these Ungor raiders, fighting the other ones. As another Melkoths from Noctilus poking down centaurs. Dogs run over to fight these Ungor raiders. And I am a frequent hater of the Scurvy dogs. I know I need them, and I know the Vampire Coast has to take them because you just need that fast niche in your roster. But they're such a terrible dog unit. Like, They're the worst in the game. Again, you need them, but, like, they're bad. As they get beaten in melee by these Ungor Raiders, a Centaur charges in to finish them off, but they're already losing the Ungor Raiders. Scurvy dogs. Bounce Power's dead even. Noctilus and a very healthy depth guard running around. We still have a full health Halberd, 2/3 health Animated Hulk. And for the Beastmen, I mean, Morgur's full health, but he's used both of his Chaos Spawn at this point. They have 2 Archers. Centaur throwing axes with a lot of ammo, but not a lot of HP, and more Centaurs that are almost dead. And the Depth Guard do have the Hunger, so when they're in melee, they heal themselves up. They even get a quick Invocation to Heck from Noctilus for now. Noctilus, looking to fight Morgur, is a better melee combatant. Charges in, misses the attack. 45 melee attack versus 45 melee defense of Morgur versus his 60 melee defense of Morgur's 55 melee attack. Noctilus should get the better of this, but he is currently missing quite a lot. And he misses again. So some pretty rough RNG here. Missed again. He has not hit Morgur a single time for swinging like 3 or 4 times. That feels fine. That feels good. Feels nice. Don't worry, it won't get any worse, right? Won't get any worse. Couldn't possibly get any worse. Quick Melkoth's trying to take out these Ungor Raiders, just route them off so they're not my problem. And then another Wraithstorm is casting this blob of Ungor Spearman herds to get rid of some chaff and some bodies that I don't really want to deal with. There they go. So routing off 3 random Beastman units right now. Pretty good win for me. As these Animated Hulks are getting kited by the Centaur's throwing axes. I don't know what that green arrow that kept appearing was, but it looks like they're dropping attack orders. There, now they're trying to move again. Noctilus did use his last cast of Captain's Wrath Moondial to push away Ungor Raiders and just harass them a little bit, but also distract the Beastmen while I clean up these guys. My Depth Guard are hunger feeding right now, and another Melkoth is out onto the Centaurs. Just get them nice and low so they can't keep cycle charging me or any silliness like that. Trying to chase down Morgur, and for now, Strat is kiting. Trying to secure his archers while that summon fades away. Trying to use his throwing axes on Animated Hulks and stuff. So, just delaying as much as he can. It's my Depth Guard chase. I'm going to ×2 speed for just a little bit here as I'm chasing down these things and he's kiting everything else. There's not too much going on. Animated Hulks start to crumble as they fight Zongors and such. And archers are going to shoot at them too. I shatter off that Ungor Spearman herd. Realizing I'm just getting kited, I took the target I could and let my Depth Guard get healed up. Another Melkoth's out onto the Centaurs to get rid of them once and for all. I think they either die or shatter. There's no way they're coming back with 100 HP. And Strat's still trying to kite it out. We have an Ungor Raider returning with 3 leadership. And they're throwing axe over here with 6 volleys. Though I forgot when I was playing this that 6 volleys doesn't actually mean 6 volleys. Because as you can see, they're throwing a lot of axes and their ammo isn't going down. I don't remember the specifics on it, but I think like the ammunition is a finite amount, but it's split between your unit. So if your unit's missing a bunch of models, I think it takes longer. Like, 1 ammo from out of their 60 models is 60 ammunition, but since they only have 26 models, it takes them 2 throws to use 1 ammo. That's a theory I have, but these guys, like, they've been throwing axes this whole fucking time, and they've lost 1 ammo while I've been talking. So another Melkoth's onto them, trying to get rid of these fools and get them to leave me alone. Depth Guard healing cap has appeared. They are faster. No, they're not faster than the Ungor Raiders. The Ungor Raiders are going to kite them out. I got a little charge on the Zongors, though, because the Ungor Raiders were getting away, and I'm going to start chasing them down again with Noctilus and the Depth Guard. Raiders starting to get away as the Depth Guard get a bit of a charge. Maybe they'll kill a couple of these guys. It doesn't look to be the case. Yeah, 4 ammo for the throwing axes as they continue to just wail on me. And I use the Melkoths both for the damage, but also for the slow. So he's gotten down to 27 speed, so my Depth Guard can actually catch up and start to hit these guys again. Well, that'll help us get rid of these very pesky archers. And then Noctilus turns around to try and dissuade the throwing axes from getting a rear charge, but Strat pulls them away quite nicely. And they stay healthy. Depth Guard will give up their chase now that Melkoths is worn off. Those guys are fast again, and it's just not worth my time. So I'll fight Ungor Spearman herds, get a little bit more healing, get some damage out. And Noctilus is still trying to hit Morgur. I'm getting a couple hits in for once, and that's quite nice. Morgur's just beaming me in the back of the head. Noctilus misses again. No big deal. Not mad at all as Morgur hits me, despite my super high melee defense. It's fine. It's whatever. Noctilus misses again. At that time, I think he was swinging at like a harpy or something. There he hits Morgur. Nice and solid. Good job. Throwing X is still being annoying. And now Noctilus is walking over here. I believe I have a Melkoth, so I'm going to throw in the Ungor Raiders is why I'm walking this direction. It's just like, hey, quick fuck you and die. Boop. There they go. No longer my problem. I rejoin my depth guard. Will keep me safe. Safe and sound. 4 seconds left on the Melkoths, but it should be enough to take those guys out. They rout. I don't know if they have enough HP to come back. I actually don't. 2 ammunition left on the Centaur has been throwing forever. Definitely feels like 2 ammunition. And again, I'm getting kited, so I'll times 2 speed real fast here. Get a bit of a fight with the Zongors. Melkoths to damage them and slow them down, but I'm really just trying to keep proccing Hunger for my depth guard, so if they can get into melee with anybody, they can keep healing up. 1 ammunition left, definitely just one ammo. 1 axe from each of those Centaurs, and they're done. They mean it, they swear. Under attack by Harpies. And then Noctilus is going to walk up to Morgur. And gets distracted. And stands around. And swings at him, but misses. Misses Morgur. Alright. Now he's going to stand around. Swings at him, but misses. Misses Morgur. Alright. Alright. Swings at him, but misses. Misses Morgur. Swings at him, but I believe misses. And now Morgur gets away. I go to attack the Centaurs so they can't keep cycle charging me. And I use a Melkoths onto the Zongors. But Noctilus has been kind of shitting the bed in melee this whole game. All of my value is coming from my spell casting. Charges over to Morgur. He's going to try and swing. He's thinking about swinging. He gets hit. He's thinking about swinging. He hit him! He hit Morgur. He finally fucking did it. It's just Noctilus versus the whole world, and the balance of power is 50-50. And I would agree, as long as Noctilus can get some good hits in. And then he T-poses. And then he T-poses. Swings at Morgur. I believe he misses. Now, Zongors are rejoining the fight. And I'm still T-posing. I miss Morgur again. This is where it gets silly. Now, the Zongors have barriers. The Zongors aren't going to have that high of barriers because their HP is extremely low. Noctilus, they're regenerating barriers right now. All right, let's watch Noctilus. T-posing. 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 Swings. Hits some stuff. But I'm noticing that while they went flying, their shields actually didn't go down. He's getting some good shots on Morgur. He's not hitting any of the Zongors, though. And then none of the shields go down and misses Morgur. Hits Morgur a little bit. I love how much he's like knocking these people around, but not actually damaging them. So he's gotten some decent hits onto Morgur, but he's now surrounded by enemies. And Morgur is beating his ass. Does a little bit of damage to some of the barriers. And now he's thoroughly distracted. But at this point, he had missed Morgur so much and T-posed so much, I just told him to attack like literally anything. And just get something done. Zongors start to retreat. And he goes and he beats up Morgur. Now we're getting a bit more of the Noctilus I desperately needed as he finally starts to land hits on Morgur consistently. That took him down to half HP. Starts to chase him, but he realizes Morgur's just going to get away in regen, so I need to stop and fight these Zongors for a bit. Strat pulls back his other Zongors to get their barriers back, but one hit from Noctilus actually focusing on the Zongors does take their barriers away. And he's going to continue to beat up on these fools. Morgur is back in. And Noctilus is going to meet him head on. Gets a good hit. Noctilus, as long as you swing, you will win this game. Please don't ever do that thing again where you just stood around and didn't swing at all as Morgur starts to run away and go get back to safety where he can regen in peace. Zongors are still rejoining the fight. This one without barriers is forced to come back in. Harpies too. For the Beastmen, that's all they have. Everything on your screen right here. What I wouldn't give for a Pit of Shades, though I probably don't have Winds of Magic for it at this point anyway. Harpies not sure what to do, as Noctilus is regenning off of killing their Zongori friends. And he's almost got that one to rout. Strat tries to pull it back to get some berries back, but it shatters on the way out. Nearby ally routing is not enough to get rid of those Harpies, but Morgur is back in, baby. My heal cap has appeared, but so has his. We're starting to take big damage. Now Noctilus gets a good swing in. Did he hit Morgur? I'm not sure. Oh, we're back to T-posing. Oh, baby, we're back. We're back in that T-posing lifestyle. There, finally get him to attack something again after he took a whole bunch of damage for literally no reason. Swinging around, having real issues getting to Morgar in all of these troops, so I kind of just started telling him to swing at whatever again. Just to swing for the sake of swinging. But notice how the Tzeentchian barriers are still full. I mean, he isn't hitting those guys. He isn't really hitting Morgar. He's not really hitting the Ungor Spearman herd, so I don't know what he is hitting or what he's trying to do, or has he just missed an awful lot? He's not getting a ton of value, so he must be hitting the randoms. So Morgar and the boys beating him up slowly but surely. And that'll be the end of Noctilus, as he misses Morgar a bunch of times. Gets a couple hits here and there, but overall, not the best RNG on that, the overall late game. A lot of T-posing. Noctilus still got 3,300 value, so it's not like he himself was a bad character. There was just some funny moments in there where he was doing really stupid shit, like standing around with his halberd and just taking free damage because he didn't feel like swinging. Good game, though, overall. Depth guard and handguns did alright. Cannon still sucks. The Carronades, I don't know why they aim so high, but they do aim really high. They just went over the Centaur's heads all game long. Morgar did amazing. Wild's caster got sniped out right away. Centaurs overall struggled except for that one throwing axe that did a ton. Zongors did fine. Harpies did fine. Archers and Ungor Spearheads did fine. GG. Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.